Hello everybody and welcome to day 43, where we are going to be talking about the items that your characters carry with them and why that might be important. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button below, go ahead and click it now, and whatever it is you're drinking today, grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. So I know we had a section for this on our character worksheets where we filled out what kind of things our characters carry with them, but I want to focus today on why that's important and why that can show who they are. Because just describing the things that your character has on their person can actually give you a really good idea of who they are as a character without telling. That's another way that we can show. So we can show minor personality traits by, like, if one of our characters carries a purse with 8 different colors of lip gloss in it, that automatically tells us that the color of her lips is important to her, so probably fashion is important to her. We kind of already get a little glimpse into who she is. Or if we just get a snapshot of a guy carrying a diaper bag with him, we already get that cute dad vibe without knowing anything about him, just by what he's carrying. Or if one of your characters has a disaster kit and a first aid kit and a package of waters and a sleeping bag in their car, you know that they are super prepared. They are ready for any disaster. And now we know that about them without having to be told. We were shown. Now, sometimes it's actually difficult to keep track of what your characters have on them, and it's important for consistency, especially if they're on the road or they're on the run. The things that they have at different points in the story change, and so they might lose something, they might have it later. But if you're writing your scenes out of order, this can actually be really challenging because they'll go to grab something out of their bag, but actually they lost it 3 chapters ago and you just don't think about it. And so one of the things that I have found myself doing is, after my books are written, I'll a lot of times go through and have like a character list of who has what on them, and then as they go, if they lose an item, I'll cross it off the list, and if they gain an item, then I'll make sure that they have that. Or if they need an item, I'll make sure that it's actually in their bag, it is actually something that they have, because people will call you on those inconsistencies if you get them wrong. So you want to make sure that you absolutely have it correct, what your characters have with them from moment to moment. In my books where I have characters who are on the run, who are trying to survive, all of their survival needs are met by the things that they carry with them. And so I have to make sure from scene to scene, if they don't have a way to start a fire in this scene, they can't suddenly have a way to start a fire in the next scene. So having that list of what they have on them at all times can actually be really helpful. And then the last tip that I want to share with you is just that items are most precious when they are sentimental and irreplaceable. So instead of just handing your wizard a staff, or just, oh, he's always had this staff, make him go through a trial to get it. Make that something that your readers experience with them, so that if anything ever happens to that staff, the readers would actually feel a real loss because they had seen what he went through to get it in the first place. And I actually see this fall short a lot of times with new writers who try to place sentimental value on something just by saying that it's from somebody who's dead. So it would be like, oh, this amulet belonged to my grandmother and she's dead, which does give the reader a little bit of a sense of importance, but I would consider that telling actually more than showing. It would make a much more impactful story if we tell the tale of the grandmother who raised them from infancy and hummed them to sleep every night and let them play with the locket on very, very special occasions and open it up and see the picture of their grandfather inside. That would make a lot more actual sentimental connection to that locket or that amulet or whatever it is than just saying, oh, it belonged to my grandmother and she's dead. It's actually really just not enough to say that it belonged to a character who's gone. You want to show that story more than just tell it. So just remember that the items our characters carry can make a lot of impact on how we perceive them as a person, but we also want to give those items meaning by making them either sentimental or irreplaceable, because that gives them more value in the story itself. Instead of it just being an old bag or an old locket or an old staff, give it meaning so that if anything ever happens to it, we would care, and really try to make those items that they're carrying valuable assets to your storytelling. And of course, today is day 43, so yesterday we should have gotten to a total of 20,004 words. I wrote a total of 1,233, which put me at a writing total of 21,406. So today we are writing another 1,667 words for a total of 21,671. If you guys haven't hit that subscribe button below, go ahead and click it now, and I will see you tomorrow for day 44 of the 60-day novel writing challenge.